Imagine a world where coal was king, fueling the Industrial Revolution. But then oil emerged, transforming economies and industries. This shift from coal to oil marked a new era of energy dominance. Economic importance of oil. Oil replaced coal as the dominant energy source, powering factories, transportation, and mass production. Industrialized nations, including the United States, Britain, and Japan, relied on secure oil supplies to sustain economic growth. Disruptions, such as the 1973 OPEC embargo, caused inflation, unemployment, and instability, highlighting global dependence on oil. Military significance. Oil was central to military power, fueling armies, navies, and air forces. Control over oil resources often influenced war outcomes. For example, Germany's failure to capture Soviet oil weakened its World War II campaign. During the Cold War, access to Middle Eastern oil shaped U.S. and Soviet strategies as both sought influence in oil-rich states. The Middle East and oil politics. The Middle East's vast reserves, particularly in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, and Kuwait, made the region a global focal point. Western nations invested heavily in the region to secure supply, sometimes supporting authoritarian regimes. Nationalization of oil industries in countries like Iran challenged Western dominance and reshaped power dynamics. Oil wealth allowed some nations to modernize rapidly, although it also created dependency and internal inequality. Oil as political leverage. Oil was a tool of geopolitical power. The formation of OPEC in 1960 allowed oil-producing countries to influence global markets. The 1973 Arab oil embargo in response to U.S. support for Israel quadrupled prices and demonstrated oil's role as a strategic weapon. Control over oil could shift global power balances as effectively as military force. Cold War context. During the Cold War, oil influenced East-West rivalries. The Soviet Union relied on domestic reserves for industry and exports, while the U.S. secured alliances with oil-producing states. Events like the Iranian Revolution, 1979, and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, 1979, underscored the strategic link between energy resources and global politics. Oil ensured that economic and ideological struggles were deeply interconnected. In conclusion, oil was not only a source of energy, but a decisive factor in 20th century politics, economics, and military strategy. Its centrality during the Cold War demonstrated that control over resources could influence global power as profoundly as weapons or ideology. By the century's end, oil symbolized the interdependence of energy, governance, and international relations, shaping the modern world in lasting ways. Thank you for joining us.